Hello friends, in today's video we're going to be changing the rear brake disc guard on this Vauxhall Zafira. This is Vauxhall Zafira B. And this particular model is 2014, so just going to crack on with it. So to start with, we're going to remove the caliper and the disc, and then we're going to assess what else we need to remove to change the brake disc guard, which is here. So the old one just got rotten, rusted, and then it just came off. So this is where it's gonna get fitted, where I'm pointing my finger at, just here. So between the hub and the disc. Right, so to start off with, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the whole caliper with the bracket which holds the caliper. Two bolts to remove, one here and one there. Right, so the bit we're gonna use to remove the bolts is E18. Okay, I've slackened it off. So now we're just gonna loosen the top one. There we go. So just gonna use the impactor. There we go, that's the bottom bolt out of the way. There we go. So that's the clamp bolts out of the way. So the next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the handbrake cable. To disconnect the handbrake cable, we're gonna bring this arm down and just gonna pull it out that way. Just need to pull it out this way. There we go. There we go, friends. That's the handbrake cable out of the slot, and then we're gonna pull this omega clip. Okay, so this is the way you pull the handbrake cable out. Now hopefully we've got the more leverage to move the caliper on the side. So the next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna remove the disc to study what else goes behind the hub before we got the feeling that we might have to take the whole hub out from here, but let me just take the disc out first. Right, so in order to remove the disc, we're going to be using a T30 bit, which is here, and a ratchet. So on this one, the trick is you just tap the bit all the way in, make sure that it's put in like this, and then what I'm gonna do here is just gonna, right, so we'll have to make sure that the disc doesn't move. There we go. So we've locked the disc with this screwdriver. There we go. Nice and easy. Just gonna pull the screwdriver out. So now we need to pull the disc out and assess. Okay, there we go. So this is where the brake disc guard came apart. Okay, so what we need to do now is let me explain it to you. So we'll have to remove the whole wheel bearing hub, okay, to get to it. So basically the disc guard sits in between the hub, sorry, between the axle and the hub here. Okay, so this is the axle part of it, back plate, and then we'll have to remove this hub here, which is secured by 4 nuts. So we'll have to undo them nuts. Okay, and then that's how we're gonna get to the next step. Okay, so just gonna show you where the disc guard came off. See, this is all remains of old disc guard. So wheel bearing is built inside here, so the whole hub needs to be disengaged from the axle, the back plate, this one here, the one I'm pointing out, and the disc guard, which is here, that goes in between this hub and the back plate. Okay, so we'll remove the nuts at the back to remove the hub. Right, so before we undo these nuts, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll remove the ABS connector, the harness connector here. So what we're doing here is we are using a pick tool. There we go. That's how you pull the connector out. So the pick tool goes in here, and basically you push the clip this way, and that's how the connector comes off. So it's a 16mm socket we need to use to undo these 4 nuts. There we go. So that's one of the nuts out of the way. So now we're gonna remove the other 3. One here. There we go. That's the second one out of the way, and then 2 more to do. Okay, let's see. Just want to get the right angle for the camera as well. There we go. So now we are approaching the 3rd nut, which is just here. I'm using a knuckle so that it's easier for me to work on. So I'm just gonna go in from here. Okay. So it's this nut here. There we go. And then there's one more to do, which is sitting under here, this one here. So that is the 4th nut. we are removing. This one is very tricky because of the because of the location. There we go. So that's the fourth nut out of the way. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna undo this clamp here, which is not letting us pull the whole hub out. So we'll have to undo this 8mm bolt. This will free the clamp. So we're just undoing this clamp here. That is a 8mm bolt. There we go. So that's the clamp out of the way. So just gonna rest it here, and now we can pull the hub out. There we go. Okay, so that's the hub out of the way. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna disengage this back plate, and then we're gonna place in the brake disc guard in between, and then we're gonna reassemble the whole unit. Okay, so we're gonna use a copper mallet to disengage the plate. See it? It's coming off. There we go. So that's the back plate disengaged. So the next thing I'm gonna do is you're just gonna get a flathead. Well, we got a chisel here, so we're just gonna pull the remains of old brake disc guard. So this is the old brake disc guard which got rusty and came off. So it fits in like this. Okay, right, so before I fit the hub back on, I'm going to clean the surface here with wire brush. Just going to apply copper grease a bit on this ring here. This is to stop it from seizing in. Perfect. Okay, so now we are good to go. So that's how we're gonna slide the hub in. Okay, and then we're gonna go at the back and screw the hub. Just gonna drive in the nuts by hand to start with. One nut to go there, and now we're just gonna torque them up one by one. There we go. So that's that nut nicely secured. Just gonna go back on this one. There we go. That's good enough. There we go, friends. That's that. Fully secured. And then one at the bottom. There we go, friends. That's all 4 nuts fully secured. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to secure this clamp. So the way clamp gets fitted here is like this. So the bolt goes in from here. There we go, that's the clamp nicely tightened. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do here is to fit this ABS sensor connector, this one here. So the way connector gets fitted is just like this. Just gonna bring it in, line it up and push it all the way in. Hear the click? So that's the ABS sensor nicely in place. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fit the disc. So the way this gets fitted is like this. So this hole, I'm gonna line it up with the hole here. And then this T30 screw, little bolt. To hold it in place. There we go. So this one you shouldn't tighten it too much. That's good enough. Okay. Perfect. So the next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna bring the caliper in. There we go. So now we're gonna go under the car to tighten the caliper clamp at the back. There we go. So two T18 bolts to secure the caliper clamp. So just gonna drive it in with the impactor gun. Now we're going to use a torque wrench to torque it up to the right spec. Okay. Hear the click. Then the bottom one here. That's the perfect torque on these caliper clamp bolts. Next we're gonna fit the handbrake cable. So just gonna push the handbrake cable in from here. Like this. All the way in. And then there's a clip here which we need to fit. So the clip goes in from here. There we go. We're gonna slide in this cable into this slot here, the arm. Okay, and then with the adjustable wrench, just hold the there we go. Nice and easy. We're just gonna so just gonna bring this closer. There we go, friends. That's that fully home. Job done. I hope this video is gonna help you fix your brake disc guard on your cars. Thank you very much for watching the video.